Great and beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening to you, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 211 edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. The market across the globe, as we speak, has started breathing out again. We saw extension of know, the mixed sentiment in some of them yesterday to this hour, while some are just trying to climb up, again. But the good thing is that we are seeing a positive sentiment and factors driving this sentiment is also within the outcome of what the Fed meeting that was held last week. I can tell you, many people, many investors or market players in different domains across the globe are looking at the impact of the statement of the word of the chairman of Fed, and also consequently different members also speech here and there or comment here and there as also continue to guide them investor. Like I said, if you remember yesterday on Monday that during that meeting that he used this deflation like more than 15 times. But now from the language or body language and the statement saying that they are likely also to start a what easing what interest rate. The aggressiveness we have seen will also started because they saw the impact of the 2020 through aggressiveness hike, what it has started doing on inflation. For that, they are likely to what to moderate the rate and also start to comment down. And that we saw that impacted the market yesterday in US. All the trading indices will also were in green. But this at this early hour of trade, there we saw it in green. But as we speak now, we're also seeing that most of them are sliding down to red again. But the good thing is that the market in Europe are still very strong as a result of what the news from Fed, the statement from the Fed that yes they are likely to start start losing start easing instead of aggressive hike rate tightening we have seen. But now that sign also has also impacted the euro market. And at the same time, the quarterly corporate earnings and all full year earnings that come in that environment are very good. And these are the things that also impacting the euro market as we speak. But Asia market yesterday was missed, but this one as we speak also is still missed at this hour. We are seeing that market, as a result of also increasing activities in Chinese or in China, sorry, in China. You can see that also spreading that that Asia zone. We're seeing the stock market there. I've said earlier before now that there has been a bull, a bull market because of 20% of that market has been oscillating, but still above that market in that environment are still bullish, very strong. As activities, in China start, continue to improve, start seeing recovery, that also going to support that market. And like I said, with the report that came from US labor market, which also the activities in China improving, and also the world central banks stylishly trying to start slowing down rate hike. I believe that also will naturally kind of reduce the fear of a recession if that happen, and also be able to to guide what is happening, and also peace reign in Ukraine and Russia, that will also be a plus. But what recently happened, this disaster that happened, earthquake, also, it's also these are the things that are influencing activities around the globe. But I believe that you, as an investor, in the midst of all this that is happening, there's opportunity for you to make money, and there are some industry and sectors which I always say, if you are with me, that have opportunity to give you money. And individual stocks, I call them defensive stock. This stock has all it takes to create what works for you. It's for you to be able to identify these stocks and move in that direction that will make the difference. That's why, as a good trader or investor, depending on on one leg of analysis is not too good. That's why effective combination of your fundamental and your technical and what is happening in the economy will go a long way what to guide you when you are taking your what investment decision. These are the very key things that we need to know as trader or investor, so that at any given time we're able to work to stay ahead of the market. If you come down to Africa market is quite mixed as to speak. Most of the market in Africa are red, but we're seeing that here down to looking back to see NGS. NGS is in green. Yes, cost of Dangote cement. I will tell you, if you look at the market breadth, we'll come to that, you can see that that acquisition in Dangote market, despite also kind of a profit taking in Mugeregu Power, I see that the market is a bit mixed this morning, and this is similar to what I said earlier in one of my write that we expect to see this mixed trend between now and we'll start seeing the corporate action of those early filers that will come to market. That's why we're seeing profit taking activities yesterday, and this morning we're also seeing that side of profit taking. But I will tell you, this profit taking is going to send any panic in the market. As far as next week, we'll start seeing the or detailed account of early filers sitting in the market with corporate action. Those that did not release their word, they have detailed account in the month of January. When they start hitting the market, that also have a way of changing the face of the market. But today being another day for treasury bill, private market option, all eyes and also to see what the rate will be in that environment. But I'll tell people that despite what is happening globally and domestically, this our headwinds of cash and fuel scarcity, even though there is a adjustment in in the treasury bill today, that will not have much effect on the market until after the election, the first election that will go for the presidency, and also during the the markdown period, where after we have seen a result, this result around that March, between that governorship election and the Q1 result in April, we expect to see a slowdown because of price adjustment for those companies that will their corporate action. But I believe that this observation targets what you are doing as investor. Like full of what I said yesterday, that as investor or trader, nothing stop you from getting to portfolio. One for your dividend income and for long term, one for your trading. In this kind of environment, if you see stock that have the potential, you see that their earnings are good, they're going to pay good dividend, and also the sector where they're operating, the growth prospect in that sector is very, very bright, and you are seeing it, nothing stop you from taking long position, and also at the same time while you are trading the ones you are trading with your chart, and also the sentiment in the market. Because I tell you, no matter how good the company result is, if there's no liquidity in the market, if there's no positive sentiment to that result, no, that result will be there. That is why you need to see what is the psychology of the people, which I always say in the market, to know exactly what to do. But as far you are trading your goal, I think you will always be at the side, on the good side of the market. At times market can go against you, but that doesn't mean that your strategy has failed. But well, that is market, the nature of market. But what you do, you start to remedy the situation and continue. That is how to invest as investor or trader. Yes, we're coming back to look at the chart, the some technical analysis before we go into looking at what the life market is doing. I tell you that in trading stock market, there are three major things that you want to. You want to review the market to know the direction. You want to also know what is the pulse of the market, and also at the same time, knowing the pulse of the market, you need to combine some key things in technical analysis. Which I said that you can't do any analysis without what your T line, which I always teach you here, and also your price action or index action, whatever I call it. You can say candlestick, anyone you call it has to be there. Timing and also momentum. As at yesterday, when the market entered kind of a distribution stage, why I say so, because of profit taking. Also the previous day, the gain was not much. No, the why yesterday we saw that means market trying to like a slight movement, and that signal was profit taking. And because the previous day, apart from yesterday, we saw that they will have more sellers, about two higher than what. And those yesterday we saw about almost 26 against 20. Then that people are taking profit. And you saw some stocks that have rallied recently, but that is why you need to understand why you're in the market and when to cash out what you have made. It's very so that the same market that giving you that money will not take it back for you. That's why you need to have your goal from the one. I tell you that as picking stock is as important as also having your stop loss, having your profit target, at the same time having your entry and exit strategy, so that at the end of the day you will be at the good side of the market. I always say, but I always tell you that don't fall in love with up market. Up market is for you to take your profit, while that market is for you to position for that up market. And when you see up market, don't just overenjoy that market is going up. If you didn't take your profit at the right time, that same market that carry up will also bring you down, because you didn't act according to when the market was going up. That's why it's very, very important for us to have this at the back of our mind as traders or investors in the market. Price action no alone, trade price action alone, yeah, it won't be very helpful without timing, without momentum. That means for you to gain trading your price action, you must combine price action with what, with timing and what, and your momentum. That's why I said no, trading price action alone is not very helpful. What is more helpful or more important is what, understanding the volume and also the flow of what, of money in the market. That is the momentum of the market. Once you're able to get this momentum in the market, to go a long way to help you to know what is driving the market and where the market is going. But most people, they're going to look at the chart alone. They can't do stick it, because most times I can tell you that the candlestick activities will tell you either what has happened before or what is happening now. But you need to see what is the volume driving that activities. What is the kind of money flow? Is fund entering or fund is leaving the market? You need to look at this. That is why I don't just look at index alone in this class, if you have noticed, I need to take what's the money flow. I want to check what the momentum. Yes, we have different momentum indicators. The one that work for you, know how to use it very well. And I show you the one I use for myself, our investor one we use that. The one we say we call it a cyclical word indicator to know how at the end of the day you know exactly the strength behind what the trend you are seeing. Like I showed you that yesterday we saw the market show a sign of profit taking with the 0.1 trend down. But when we look at our our what we call momentum indicator, we saw that the momentum was still strong. And this morning we are not surprised in the market up. That's why it's a mixed market and also slightly in negative market rate. But I believe that market out potential once you start seeing the corporate action of other companies. That's why you need to understand that using a price action alone is not it's not too good or it's not be very useful. You must to combine it with what knowing the volume, understanding volume and also flow of the market. When I mean flow, where is the fund coming from and where is the fund going? Once you're able to identify this, it will help you also to know exactly what to do. That's why when I said you must look at the market at different multiple time frame, is because you want to understand what is happening at different time frame that will guide you to what to draw conclusion where to head with that market at that particular time. I don't just trade only price action. I have also found that that alone also will giving you'll be hanging along the line. But once you're able to confirm your price action and the volume and the money flow, it makes a lot of sense for you to know where you should be and where not to be, and what should be your support level. When I mean support level, the level that support and also your breakout. You need to know all this when you are trading. Once you know it, I will tell you that the market is in your hand. But when you don't know all this, that's why market going to toast you up and down, because you need to know which is the supply and which is the demand. Once you know that the demand is more than the supply, it tells you that our simple economic rules tell us that demand and supply. When you have too much demand, you have to see what price going up. But when you have too much supply, you have to see price going up. That's why you need to know what is the Nubian state. That's why we use volume, because to see the spike of what the smart money. When you see the smart money, you will know in the market. You will know. I will tell you recently that market has started in this uptrend. The volume that kept the market in this uptrend has not been so fantastic compared to the one that that brought the market down. You can see that the previous rally that in the month of last year between January and May, you see more volume there. The one that brought the market then will not see much volume. Also, it tells you that most players, especially institutional investors, the long term player, they are not selling their position. They are waiting to see these earnings, to see this dividend, and also if they will increase more. That's why we are seeing this other above average traded volume or slightly below traded. We are seeing activities. Once you see them tripping into the market, I believe that the outcome of today, TB also will go a long way to see where funds will flow into the financial market, into the equity space, or into the fixed income space. These are the things that you need to look at, and that will go a long way to guide you as a trader, because reading a chart is very, very important. But when you're reading the chart and you're reading halfway without looking at volume, without looking at the momentum, that means you are reading chart only just looking at what a candlestick. You must combine candlestick with other indicators so that it will make sense and also give you a clear direction, so that you understand that flow of demand and supply, so that at any given time you will to take informed investment decision. That's why, if you remember in this class also, that anytime I'm chatting like class, I always call up all these indicators I'm just mentioning now. You can see how important these indicators are. That when you are trading on your own, you don't need to joke with them. Make sure that you understand how they use. If not, you can still get some materials from us, like those that bought the how to profit from any season. I'll tell you, most of them are smiling. Also, understanding the market flow. All of them are there. The one that you need to know, you can actually have access and get detail. You can also go online and read up on what you want to do. But when you have a chart like this, also a software that we are using to guide you to look at this market, because many people that understand the market, that the ones that are making money. Why do they make money? Because they take, effective, they make effective use of fundamental and the technical. And technical go beyond what using time and date. That date is also very, very important. We're talking of time, the season, date is also very important. That's why this any season we're looking to see the early filer, because date, has given us where it's happened to be in the market, and these are the things that you want to combine anytime you are investing, so that you can make what inform investment decision. As we speak now, I said earlier that the market is what is in green. Our market is all by 132.6 basic point. That's about 0.24% up now as we speak, to trade at 54,433.14. Yes, because the market has also broken out where it touched yesterday as the highest point yesterday around 54,369.76 yesterday. They're broken down this morning on the strength of what Dangote, cement and others that also on that gainers side. But you can see how market move when we come to the chart. I'll show you some things. But as we speak now, we're having eight losers and five gainers. The five gainers are the top five gainers are Unilever, International Energy, Massad, and Dangote Cement and Cavaton, are the five top gainers, and these are the five gainers of speak now. If you look at the other side, on the flip side, you can see that the eight losers, the top five losers there are, Nationwide Express, you can see Quadri Business Solution, Prestige Assurance, Transcorp, and what Giregu Power. These are the top five as we speak now. But in terms of volume, Transcorp is leading in volume, followed by Champs. You can see UBA, ICO, and what and Sterling Bank. You can see that yesterday you saw profit taking also in the financial sector, especially the banking sector. This morning, the bank, the first-tier banks, there's also profit taking in them. I believe that once we start seeing their number in this month of November, to change the face of what of this bank. That means any pullback at this point should be a plus for you or to know what to do exactly as to speak. Yes, we'll go back live to the chart. You can see that this chart that is showing up like this, and this one what we call what a bullish V shape integral analysis of this chart. But this chart also have a word for informing what we call double top that final signal reversal also at the same time. But if you look at here, this is the peak in the month of May in 2022 when the market touch 54,291.11. But as we speak now, the market is doing 54,433.1. You can see the market has broken up there. Even when market pulled back yesterday, it still stayed above the peak, the previous peak that continued to form of support for the market. You can see how resistance can become a support also, because as at yesterday when the market touched almost as high as 54,369, but closed around 54,299.17 yesterday. But it didn't go as low to touch the peak of what was the resistance level, and then they automatically turn what support level again, in technical analysis. That is what you have to read it. And now that we're seeing that market is making an uptrend, you understand that market is still going to go up. And if you remember, I've said in this slide that all those high cap stocks that are yet to move, when they move on the strength of their corporate action that we expect, market might also touch what 55. Which, remember, I said that as far market have broken them, this 54 level up, going to hit also 55, because one, well, the life of Airtel have not moved. That of Dangote is just making a move around 70 naira now, 270 now. But I believe that even the Boas Cement have not moved, and also the Nestle have not moved. No, we see the MTN has moved as a result from around 215 to almost 243, 44 now, what it is now. But I think there is still potential to move again because of the sector where and because of the prospect we're seeing also of the company going their cash flow. These are the things you need to look at so that at the end of the day, you will be in a better position. Yes, because of our time, we need to look at this call up our indicators is very, very key, so that we know what to do with these indicators and how to also implement them in our trading chart or decision when it comes to taking a yes. Let's look at let's take today we're going to see the direction the market is going, or call it directional movement. It's called ADS, in technical analysis. You can see the chart below there. Then call our T line as as usual. Let's go there. T line, call our T line, which is we'll change it to what, to 8 as usual. Change it to 8. That's our T line. We've gotten that. Then we're now left with what to call up our money flow to know exactly where this money flow. Volume is already there on the chart. You can see that no day will be talking here. We're not looking at the volume to see where the volume is and where the market is going. The volume is already there. Now call up our money flow. Our money flow index. We need to look at it now as we speak. These are the indicators we're using now. If you look at these indicators, the ADS here is the red line you are seeing that is up. I think that ADS is very strong. ADS are above 60, 60, 66 points. These areas that have touched as high as 70, you can see that comment and where it is now. But the way it is now, the market is telling that the strength behind what the strength behind this trend, which is up, you are seeing that is strong. If ADS is reading above 50, and for you to say that its strength is strong, once ADS is above 20, now you can see that it has almost top 3 times 20, 20, almost 60 something now. When ADS is above 20 at all, you can see that this ADS, this strength is strong. But when you see it as presented, that strength is super what strong, that's what we are saying, that the market is still having a good momentum, and also the factors that are driving this momentum have not changed. Apart from today, we are all eyes on what that means this momentum will continue. You can see the action here that market has remained above the T line. Even when it tested the T line, a bounce back, tested the T line, a bounce back. These are the things that you need to know. So once it touch a bounce back, it tells you that there is forces behind the market, and those forces are remaining intact. That's why market is going up. When it was coming down, you can see that when it comes to try to come up again, but when it comes to this level, market take it up. You can see that here, let's say a bottom out and continue uptrend, and that was the month of what November, which I know every one of you know. But if you come down and look at the money flow has moved up. You can see where money flow moved from this level to this level, and market continue to go up, and it remained above all this way. But it slowed down when ETH came down. You can see that, but also trying to go up as we speak now. Yesterday, because of sell up, it pulled back to around 77.66, but as we speak now, it's almost touching 80 again, 79.1.78. That is almost 80. This trend one will start seeing a positive number, and from next week again. Even in this week, today is Wednesday. If you see any number from either UCAP or Accra Prudential, Nigeria Brewery, even from the Dangote or other banks that are yet to be results, this will change the face of the market, especially when their compensation for investors or dividend announcement or corporate action a beat market expectation, the price of these companies. Oh, but from what we have seen for the only that can do that results, we are rest assured that on the strength of their number, we are good to see a good payout. Looking at what the companies what we call historical payout before now. This is for what for the general market. For me, the general market is very, very strong. Yes, you can see that even at this level, volume is relatively low here. You can see it here, relatively low. You can see relatively low volume. But let's look at what the market is doing in 1 hour to really get the face of the market, the position of the market. On a 1 hour chart, market is still above the T line, still flat, but money flow is telling us the market is the money flow is below 50, around 48. You can see it coming down, but the ADS is still very strong. Around that's also 60, 64, 62. For me, it's a good one for the market, so that investor will understand what they are doing. On the 1 hour chart, we are seeing a good market, and also this is a very good thing to look when you are investing in the market. Don't really don't be carried away with market up and down, but once you're able to understand the reading, what is behind it, and where it's going, that is a very good thing to understand. Yes, we want to look at those stocks that we saw that are doing well in terms of those top traders. We want to look at the Unilever. Is it not waking up again? We discussed about international energy yesterday, but we want to look at Unilever and Dangote that are just picking up, and Massad. Let's see how far they will go on the strength of this move we saw this morning and in this stock. Let's look at them together before we call it a day. We'll start with Massad. Massad on the 1 hour chart, you can see that as we speak now, Massad is slightly below what the T line on 1 hour chart. But the good thing is that if you look at Massad, that's what I'm just saying now. If this is sustained, Massad is telling us that it has set up to to make a big move in the market. As far the the ADS is above 20, and we're seeing the blue crossing the red the lines. This is a good sign. Yes, money flow is relatively low. When the funds start coming, because we have seen a crossover, that will change the stock. This is a 1 hour chart actually, but let's look at a daily chart because we are giving a signal already. You can see like a day chart now, which is a day chart so far. You can see that the stock have broken the T line and it has remained above the T line. From here to here, you can see it now. That, and also it has crossed the blue line, but we need more activities because as we speak now, this trend for Massad is still relatively weak on the strength of what ADS is reading now. That means once able to cross 20, as we speak, it's around there, either 10 or 11 now. Once able to cross 20, and also money flow for me is also moving fast, above 50, 51. These are the goods that something is happening in the world in Massad. Keep your eyes in that stock and watch and see where. There, yes, the earnings they release was not too fantastic, but we need to see what is the sentiment in the market, how the market perceive this stock, or how do their perception towards this stock is very, very important. If you look at the Dangote cement before we look at the international Dangote cement. Let's see what is happening in Dangote cement as we speak now. Once we look at Dangote cement, with this move on a daily chart, you can see that it has crossed the T line now. Now you can see also, if you remember what I just said, the blue line trying to cross the T line, but you can see that already the stock is, well, you can see momentum in that stock because the ADS is above what 20, around 23, 24, which is one, and money flow is just looking up now to read around the 20, 32. For me, it's a good one. For I can see that the stock have not been making move. That's why I can see that money flow was down. Now the money flow have formed a double bottom here and there. The money flow line is a sign that the stock might likely. And also don't forget that anytime you touch this level, you always see the band, and that is where it is now, and it's going up. I see this is a plus forward for Dangote cement. Let's take the Dangote cement on the 1 hour chart. What is happening in the last 2 hours now? The stock have been strong. You can see it there on this chart. You can see the last two candlestick here say that this stock is sure, the momentum is strong on that stock. And you can see also what I show you, that we are seeing also a bullish sign already from ADS crossing the red one up, and money flow is also within at this level on the 1 hour chart. That is good for the stock. Yeah, Unilever is another stock that we need to look at it here. These are Unilever. We know that they are the first to release their result, and we saw the performance of that company. Let's look at their chart now to see how Unilever is doing here, so that you can see on 1 hour chart. Yes, you can see that on the 1 hour chart does not be too friendly, too good. You can see it coming down here, but I believe that the money flow is around 40 going up on the 1 hour chart. Then you can see also the ADS is still high, relatively around 42, 43, which is good. But let's look at a day chart to see what is happening in the stock in a day chart. On the day chart, it's above the T line, but trying to resist the line. You can see the kind of candlestick formation we're seeing here. This is a hammer formation on a stock that is going up. There's also a sign of weakness on hammer, that stock that is going up on a chart. You see hammer, not to look twice. But one good thing that is trading above what the T line as we speak, and momentum is still very strong. If you look at ADS leading around 50, says that there's strong, this is strong momentum, and money flow also leading around above 50 to leading 60 and above. For me, it's a good one for Unilever for now. That means all eyes will be on the stock and watch for those that are there, but not for real dividend. But we saw the number, that the number were good. No, from the last quarter of the year, we saw great improvement in that stock. We need to also watch very carefully on the stock. Like I always say, quick one. We want to look at the last one here, which is in international energy. International energy, I will tell you, international energy on a 15-minute chart. As we speak now, if you look at the stock now, I'll tell you, the momentum is too strong, but profit taking, I can also see the sign here on the day chart, on the last candlestick we are seeing now. It's a sign. Either there's a gap up here to around this price, but there's a sign of profit taking. But for me, I want to do something for you. We want to look at 15-minute chart of the stock to see what the sign is saying. On the 15-minute chart, you can say that you can see sign of profit taking is already there, and you should also take profit at this point. I also see that the stock is also closing up here. Now, once it's all closed up, I see it's a sign of money flow is already looking down. That means we need to start taking profit for those that are there that enter early around 140 kobo or 50 kobo. Nothing stop by taking profit at this time before it becomes a place that they will want to take profit at the same time, and it become a choke off for people to exit. Let's quickly look at Geregu also. Look at Geregu power to see what is also happening there. This stock is profit taking as I hit the stock now. You can see on sorry, let's go to our normal chart 15 minutes. Look at Geregu stock. Geregu now you can see on the 1 hour chart, the stock has been looking like you can see it here selling down. Even on the high volume, you can see it coming down. Money flow, and we're seeing that it has crossed the bear has taken possession of the stock now, or let us see anything. But if you look at the numbers and then the style of that company, I think for me, investors should also play with caution. For those that have made money, nothing stop you for taking your profit in this position. Yes, it will have potential to go up when things start turning around, and also because of the shareholding structure and all the stuff. But for now, I would say investors to take profit, or trader investor in that stock to take profit. The dividend they are paying compared to the price, look at it there, is very, very low. That means capital appreciation, if you made money, nothing stop you to build from this point now as we speak. Finally, let's look at what Transcorp. Transcorp I've thought as high as 37, or we're seeing a profit taking in that stock now. What does it protect for the stock? want to look at it and see what we can do for call it a day. You can see on the 1 hour chart, the stock is also on profit taking, and we're seeing sign that there's sell pressure on the stock now on the 1 hour chart, profit taking. Then also on a day chart, I see that it tested the it crossed below down below line, but it came up not to straight above it because only the weeks below, but the you can see that it was down, but position taken and push it up again. And let's watch and see. Money flow is looking down, and also the ADS is still very strong around the 34. But let's still watch our time, watch the chart and the market before we can take a final decision. Like I said, those stocks that are doing a new base ahead of their number. If you are interested, you can come in contact with us so that also we can give you update. Also, you can take advantage of the space between now and the last day of this quarter, which is 31st of March, to subscribe and take advantage of the of the Jumbo pack that we are doing for premium members of the buy and sell signal. You need to be there. That can also, like yesterday we gave signal to sell some stocks again. Yesterday, once you are there, you get update on what to do with your account and take position. Position that took less than 6 weeks were made about 42 to 43% in terms of return. Where can you get it all over the world? But that means if you're able to calculate and take that risk and invest wisely, at the end of the day, you smile to the bank. On that note, we'll say thank you and see you tomorrow by God's grace. Have a lovely day and trade wisely remaining hours of trading. Thank you and bye.